Hey Draft Magic believers, this is Vito Gesualdi here for another exciting product review video. Now, I'm sure you're all aware, but I'm on the Wizards cash wagon. Money, money, money. Where occasionally I get some free stuff that I get to take a look at, and this is actually one of the cooler things they've sent me so far. It's called an event deck. Now, this has been out for about a month. You may have seen these, and what they are is it's a 60 card standard legal deck that you can basically buy it off the shelf. It's got a 15 card sideboard, and you're ready to play at F&M. And it's actually, unlike normally, you know, I know normally you go to the store, you buy a starter deck, and you kind of get dicked. And kids would come in and they'd say, oh my god, you know, it's Friday Night Magic, I want to play. I'll buy a starter deck, and I'll be good to go. And I would kind of look at them and I'm like, yeah, you could do that if you don't mind losing, like, consistently. Though this is actually a pretty powerful deck. This is something that if somebody came into a store and said, I need a deck to play tonight, I would say, you know what, you buy this. If you want to spend an extra $10, $15, maybe boost it out even, you could, but something like this for 20 bucks, you're ready to go. I think it's 20 bucks. So why don't we crack this baby open and take a look. Now the first thing to notice is it actually has pretty nice packaging. Actually, that was one of the things that really impressed me about this. It's got this little slip case, and when you open it up, you actually have a nice little box to keep all the stuff in. The only thing that would really push us over the top is if this box was made of like a plastic. As it is, it's kind of like a nice, super shiny cardboard, you know, which I don't mind. I wouldn't mind taking this around in my deck box, but it's eventually gonna fall apart, though it is looking pretty nice. Now, obviously, as with a lot of Magic products, you get your spin down life counter. This one has, I don't actually know what that symbol is. It looks like the Mirrodin symbol with the, oh, that must be the Mirrodin Besieged symbol, which I haven't been paying much attention to. So, you get a Mirrodin Besieged spin down life counter. And let's take a look at the deck now. 60 cards, all playable in standard, and it's basically your standard Kuldotha Red, which is a kind of popular budget deck right now. And it'll be interesting to see how they can keep printing these event decks. If they're going to keep looking at whatever the budget deck and the format is and trying to print it, but doesn't that kind of punish the budget deck players? Anyway, 4 Memnite, that's a good start. 4 Ornithopter, a little less powerful, but definitely a good starting point for a lot of different decks. It gets played in not only, I don't think Kuldotha Red really plays it right now, but if you get a couple Tempered Steel, you could definitely find room in a white Tempered Steel type deal. Now this is cool, 4 Signal Pest, and this is kind of a choice uncommon, so getting a playset of that is awesome. I'm kind of disappointed that you would only get 2 Bushwhackers, because I feel like this is one of the best cards in the deck. Like, in my version, I definitely play 4 of this card, but it's a good start. Here's a little bit of money in the form of the 2 Goblin Guides. This guy, obviously, if you want to really play this deck, you're going to want 4 of this thing, because this is just the best. I mean, it's incredible. In so many decks, you get to start off Goblin Guide, it's a ton of damage, so that's another reason to get this thing. Getting 2 Goblin Guides, that's an awesome value. Obviously 4 Kuldotha Rebirth. If you haven't played this deck, basically what you're trying to do is play down any one of these cheap-ass artifacts, of which there are a million, and then hopefully on turn 1, maybe turn 2, put 3 1/1 Goblin tokens into play. That's one of the reasons why Goblin Bushwhacker is so important, because let's say it's not turn, you know, 1, you didn't get to do this turn 1, these tokens are coming a little late, and you're like, man, I really wish I could give them +1/+1 whatever in haste. Oh geez, here comes Bushwhacker. So those cards are best friends. Making this whole team awesome is a good thing. And obviously Signal Pest plus a bunch of tokens is pretty awesome. You get a Singleton Spike Shot Elder. This card's interesting utility. I do actually run one in my own Kuldotha Red build. It's an interesting card. I think there are rares I would have preferred to see in here, but they probably cost too much money to squeeze them in. A single mirror, kind of an odd singleton, but obviously I kind of like actually the idea that they've put in cards that you know you want to switch out. Yes, Iron Mirror has some uses, but 1 Iron Mirror really isn't going the distance, and that's one of those cards that you know you want to take out for more of the Goblin Guides. 4 War Driver, definitely a lot of builds like War Driver. I actually run Ember Hauler. I tend to find being able to shock planeswalkers is pretty good. But again, getting 4 of an awesome uncommon is cool. Darksteel Axe, another card you're probably going to want to take out for something more useful. It's okay. I don't think a lot of decks are really running it. Panic Spellbomb is fine. Definitely see this in a lot of decks. 2's maybe much. I run maybe 1. Now this is another... So there's a lot of different builds of red you can make right now, and this is definitely one that focuses on keeping the curve as low as possible. Some try to get up to like Hero of Oxid Ridge. This one says if you have a lot of mountains, they need to die immediately and become XX creatures. And this card's great. Obviously another reason why this deck would want 4 Goblin Bushwhacker, because being able to tap all those mountains, pay 1 red to get, you know, 2 5/5s, and give them both haste with Bushwhacker is awesome. So that's something to think about if you do end up buying this. 2 Galvanic Blast, not too exciting. The deck's not trying to achieve Metalcraft. If you've got a lot of artifacts sitting on the table, you're probably doing something wrong. Though the standard build, this build here does seem to have a lot of artifacts where this might trigger, but every card you add, you're going to be taking artifacts out. So this loses value as the deck becomes better. Now this is saucy. 4 Lightning Bolts. And I think we all know enough about this card that I don't really need to talk about it for too long. And finally, your last rare, Contested Warzone. Definitely a very interesting one. It remains to be seen how good this card is. I know some builds play it, but it's obviously pretty risky. And I don't know if the value is good enough. It's super aggressive. Oof. I like it. And then, of course, a bunch of mountains. Now, as discussed, they really went the extra mile here, because not only do you get a 60-card deck, you actually get a full 15-card sideboard, which is awesome. It's like they really do want people to start playing constructed standard. And there's a lot of kids who they have no idea. They show up at F&M, they have no idea what a sideboard even is or what a legal deck looks like. So thankfully it also comes with this little event deck fold out with all the information on what you're going to be doing with the deck and how to play with a sideboard. So let's very quickly see what you get. Unstable Footing, I don't know who's playing this. It's obviously some interesting utility, but don't love it. 4 Searing Blaze. This card was incredible when it came out, but there's not a lot of people playing creatures anymore. It's pretty much Jace control, and this doesn't kill Primeval Titans, so losing a little bit of its love. Then again, Active Treason, I actually like this as sideboard tech. I love taking somebody's Titan and punching him in the mouth for 6, which, after you've been beating him up with goblins for a while, will sometimes just win the game immediately. 4 Ruin Blaster is an awesome addition. This card is pretty great. Red doesn't like paying 4 for something, but if he's paying 4 to put a 2/1 haste creature into play and blow up a land, you kind of accept it. And this guy is just an all-star coming out the sideboard. You get 2 Into the Core. I don't know who's playing heavy artifacts that you need this, but And a Leyline of Punishment, which I think if I really was trying to do something, I mean, I prefer it to Unstable Footing, but no, who's playing Life Gain right now? Then again, I don't know your metagame. Maybe all the kids at your F&M are playing garbage. So there you go, that was a look at the Into the Breach event deck. I think this is a great product. I think Wizards really hit it out of the ballpark here. I mean, this isn't no From the Vault Slivers or Phyrexia versus the Coalition. Let's put it this way, Magic Development Team, you've had a lot of misses in terms of product recently. But this one, I think this is a keeper. I like this. Now, I don't play constructed, I play on the Magic Online. So something like this is going to sit in my house and rot. So I've decided we're gonna have a little contest. If you read the comments of this here YouTube video, it's also going to be posted on our page. We're going to be giving away this event deck, kind of a fun prize for you guys. And Wizards of the Coast, if you're listening, feel free to send me more free stuff. Thanks for watching, and keep checking draftmagic.com, the best Magic the Gathering website on the internet. Don't tell Scott-Vargis I said that. He will come to my house and beat me up.